Hello, listener. It's the MCZX here, and I'd like to welcome you to the sidebar. Consider this like the post-credit scene of a Marvel movie. It's just a little bit extra, a little something. It's where some conversations deserve a little more room, or the conversation continues. I'm trying to figure out what we can, rock with. Like, what should be the tag for this? I'm thinking the sidebar is where the stuff that didn't make the main episode or hit the cutting room floor gets its own little spotlight. And while the last episode was about video games and reuniting with the crew, other way there's more games I wanted to talk about. There's so many, literally Summer's Games Fest and Day of the Devs and all that stuff, dude. There's so many games. It's hard to keep up with all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like gamer fatigue. And then on top of that, my backlog is looking at me like, you still have to finish the stuff from the last 3 to 4 years. Like, what are you doing? Why are you buying more games? You have no business buying games. But that's besides the point. The sidebar is where we take things that we didn't get to talk about and we give them its own episode. So it's bonus content. It's more stuff for you to hear from us. And the one thing I wanted to discuss regarding last episodes, since it was about video games and everything else, we were going to pivot to something else. But given the runtime of that episode, I feel this little section should have its own thing. And I'm very proud that this is the first episode of the sidebar because it's going to be about basketball. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie and fake the funk. Like, I was locked in and tapped in with basketball since forever. Trust me, there were pivotal moments. I've seen Kobe's last game. I've seen Kobe's last season, for example. I've seen Jordan play. I've seen LeBron do his thing. I grew up with Michael Jordan, so it's kind of hard to avoid Michael Jordan. Like, I've seen a bit of Steph Curry stuff, but I never was, like, locked in. I was always watching football, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not, like, the stats guy. I don't remember, back in 95, he did such and such and such, and back in 2005, this happened. Like, I just would watch to be entertained and would kind of pay attention to what's going on. And especially with football, I'd play fantasy here and there. Not like I knew what I was doing. I'd win sometimes. I wasn't watching football 24/7, but that's besides the point. This episode is about basketball, and it's specifically about the NBA Finals. Oh, yeah, y'all know where we're going. You know where we're going. If you're a Spurs fan, I'm sorry. Try better next time, man. Try your luck next year. You might get there. Wemby is cool, but that's not what this is about. This is about the Knicks, baby. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. That's right. Dude, I wish I could be in New York right now. I know they're having the time of their lives, and they have like the coolest mayor of all time. On top of that, it's the place you want to be, man. Quick story time before we get to the basketball. I went to New York when I was either 10 or 11 to go see my cousins, and it was like how can I put this? Not a mind F, but more of a like, oh, this is different out here. The culture's different, the music's different, the radio's different, the food is different, everything is differently different, and it's so unique. And it went by so fast, but I wish I could have stayed out there low key because I was having the time of my life. It was awesome. So much fun out in New York City. I think we were in Brooklyn. I think. I can't remember, but that's besides the point. The Knicks won the NBA Finals after 53 years of not winning anything. The Knicks win the NBA Finals, man, which is a beautiful sight to see. I think the Knicks may have inadvertently made me fall in love with basketball again. And I know that's weird to say for someone who isn't watching basketball like that. I check WNBA here and there when it's on, but I'm not locked in. But now I'm like locked in. I'm in because of the performance I saw. Jalen Brunson and crew put on one hell of a performance, man. It was such a great performance that I think we should do a little recap of the series because why not? it was something you just had to see. And if you didn't see it, fine. That's fine. You didn't see it. It's okay. You may have caught the highlights. Understandable. People have, full-time jobs. Not everyone's going to be watching sports on Monday or Wednesday, Tuesday night. You got work in the morning. It's understandable. But game 1, Knicks won 105-95. Then game 2, the Knicks win. So it's a 2-0. And I'm like, we're going back to New York City. They won in San Antonio. We're going back to New York City. They might sweep the Spurs. So I proceed to, watch. I'm like, I'm going to watch game 3. Game 3 was a big deal because, oh my God, Agent Orange is going to be there, of course. He's pals with James Dolan, the owner of the New York Knicks. And I'm assuming he either invited him or he brought a ticket. Whatever the case is, it's a big deal because the president is now coming to watch a sports game. And quick sidebar. It seems like he's a fair weather fan because he didn't care about the Knicks at all. Never heard him shout out the Knicks or anything. Only when they're on top. That guy only surrounds himself with quote-unquote winners or wants to be in the winner's circle when he's the biggest loser of all time, but we're not here to talk about that. But point is, it's just weird he decided to show up to this one with the momentum on New York's side. So he's going to be there. We're in New York City. It should be obvious. Knicks are going to go 3-0. That's not what happened. Spurs win game 3. We get to game 4, we're in New York City. And here's where the magic happens. Here's where the falling in love started again. Game 4, it seems like the spirit of the Knicks was damaged after game 3 because the first quarter and the second quarter, the Spurs were up. They were whooping ass, belt to ass the whole quarter, right? And me, not completely locked in with basketball, not thinking, anything could happen in a basketball game. I'm thinking, okay, fine. I don't need to really watch this. But something in the back of my head is like, you might want to tune in. You might want to sit down and watch that. Just sit and watch. Because something magical is about to happen. We get to the third quarter, and the Knicks begin to pull off this comeback, which it's just insane. They were down 29 points by the second quarter. Third quarter, they dropped that deficit, I believe, to single digits, or maybe it's 10 points. And then by the end of the fourth quarter, they're up. And they're in the lead. They get their first lead in the fourth quarter. And the tenacity and the never say die attitude of the New York Knicks lit like a fire in me. I am not working hard enough. I'm not doing enough. I need to be doing more like they're doing, because they didn't quit when their backs were against the wall. They didn't falter. They didn't just say, screw it, we'll catch them in San Antonio for game 5. We'll get our look back then. Fine. No, they kept playing. They played until they got that deficit down. They got their lead. Josh Hart could have closed the game. He missed the layup, but that's fine, because greater things happen. The Knicks figure out how to get past Wemby and Fox, and this is a very, by the way, my description of this is not going to be like a sports analyst, because again, if it's not pro wrestling, I can't really tell you in super detail, but I think we get to the last seconds of the game. It's 1.4 seconds, and Jalen Brunson shoots. He goes for a 3 to end the game. He misses by a little bit, but OG, I believe that's his name, OG, runs and tips it right in, giving the Knicks the lead. It's now 107 to 106. There's 0.8 seconds on the clock, and Spurs call a timeout. Anything can happen in 0.8 seconds. Wemby could shoot a 3. That freaking alien freak. I don't know how he does that. He's far too tall to be shooting 3s, but he does it anyway. And one thing we have to say, Steph Curry has revolutionized basketball with three-point shooting, because I don't remember a time when centers were shooting threes. I remember growing up, centers were in the paint, they were getting rebounds and dunking on people, kind of like how Shaq used to play or how Hakeem Olajuwon used to play. It wasn't they're shooting threes. Wemby is shooting threes and rebounding to himself, and it's so unique to see, but also it's like, this is so unfair. I'm excited to see where Wemby's going to go after all this, by the way, because, listen, he's young. He just needs to get, I believe, a little bit stronger. If he gets stronger to the point where you can't push off of him or all of that, cool. He's going to be, like, unstoppable. But that's besides the point. Anyway, 0.8 seconds. Spurs inbound it. I forgot the guy's name, but he gets the ball, and he looks like he's about to lay it up, but he drops the ball. Like, he loses grip of the ball. Time runs out. The Knicks have done the greatest comeback in the history of NBA, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was speechless. But truthfully, the reason behind them playing so poorly, the Spurs rather, is because they played bad basketball. If I'm up 29 points, I'm not shooting threes. I am going to be using clock management. I'm going to hold the ball as much as I can. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to catch up. And I believe that's what they did in Game 4. They gave them too much time, too many opportunities, and they weren't being aggressive. They got lax. And maybe that's a normal thing, because if you're up 29 points, like, there's no way you're going to come back and beat me. There's just no way, right? Like, there's no way in hell you're winning, because why would you? That's impossible. I can't be losing to somebody that I don't know is down 29 points. What they should have been doing, like I said earlier, clock management, hold the ball, be in the paint more, and just play it smart. Don't give them a chance. Play great defense and stop shooting threes, but they didn't do that. They shot threes, they were sloppy with the ball, and that was the result. They lost. Now, the Knicks have all the momentum again. And I'm excited because I want New York to pull this off. I love Tim Duncan and I love Greg Popovich. As cool as it would have been for the Spurs to win, I felt like this was New York's moment. They needed this. They've been through enough crap. They needed a win. They already have Mamdani. That's win number one. But listen, the Knicks winning the NBA Finals? Dude, come on. Becoming NBA champions after all of that? Fantastic. So we go back to Texas for Game 5. And the Spurs, once again, belt the ass for the first two quarters. It's looking like a repeat of Game 4. The deficit wasn't that bad, but they were down, I think, maybe 15 points. 15 to 20 points. Third quarter comes around. They're down by maybe 5 points. 5 to 10 points. Fourth quarter comes around. It's tied. And the Knicks pull off the victory in San Antonio. It's such a blur to me now looking back, because watching it was like a euphoric state. Like, I couldn't believe the play I was seeing. I just was stunned. I was enamored. I'm like, man, I'm really missing out. I should be watching basketball more. I should pay more attention to sports, because these athletes are doing these superhero, what word is that? Superhero like things on the court. And I'm missing out by just not watching. I think it was a free throw that sealed the deal. It was a free throw that sealed the deal. I think it was I'm not going to say who it was, because I'm not I don't remember names that well. But they shoot the free throw. He hits the free throw. Game was over. I know Wemby tried to hit a three. He missed it completely, and that was it. Game over. Knicks win again. And the game, the series is over. The Knicks are now champions. And I believe they had their parade. And they've just been on cloud 9 for the longest, man. For the past week. 2 weeks even. It's just been cloud nine in New York City, and I know they're having the time of their lives right now. So shout out to New York City. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all the boroughs. Shout out to everybody in New York. Y'all deserve this, man. I'm really happy for y'all. I wish I could be in there. I wish I could be enamored with y'all's team like that. I will be paying attention to the Knicks next season, along with a couple other teams. I have to get back into this stuff, man, because it just was the greatest 2 games I've seen in a while. And I'm just thankful I got to see it in real time. So, yeah, that's how I felt about the Knicks. I know one other thing. I know Jalen Brunson took a pay cut for the team. And that's just some real stuff right there, man. You take a pay cut just to make sure your team is straight, bro. That hats off to him. Hats off to him. And hats off to Jalen for shutting up all the haters about he's so small. He can't be a good point guard. He can't do this. He's tiny. He isn't strong enough. He shut everybody down. And I think anyone who was saying that stuff owe him an apology. Also, if you were saying the Knicks were ass or the Knicks were this or the Knicks sucked or whoop-de-woo, guess what? You owe them an apology. You had no faith. And I know the diehard Knicks fans, even when the team was trash, they had faith. And that's one thing I can say about the Knicks fans. And someone pointed out on Threads that the Knicks are like the New Orleans Saints. And all I could do is agree. You have to understand, if you were from here, you'd get it. That's all I can say. You're with them during the good times and the bad times. You just with them. I hope the Saints season this year is better than last year, because it was really they're in a rebuilding phase. I know that much, but I hope it's good. But the New York Knicks, real good. Who knows? The Jets might make a run. I don't think the Jets are making a run for. They had a terrible season last season, bro. But it would be crazy if the Jets go to the Super Bowl and New York just runs everything for the next year or so. That would be insane, wouldn't it? Man. Time will tell. Who knows? We have no idea what the football season is going to show us. But I know one thing. New York City's having a ball, and it's probably a fantastic place to be in. I saw a video where a lady was trying to put her kid on like the stoplight to see everything, and this other lady got up there, and she pushed the other lady off, so the other lady who wanted her kid up there got up and... I hear thunder. So I might want to wrap this up. Got up and started whooping that lady's butt, kicking her. No, she wasn't kicking her. She was punching her in the back. She pulled her pants down she pulled her panties down, her pants down, and started punching her in her gut and stuff. So the lady got down and started whooping her ass. And then the lady who got her pants pulled down proceeded to twerk in the street. And New York was like, yeah, let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. I'm like, bro, what type of bizarro world stuff that y'all got going on over there? It's so New York. It's like, and everyone's like, yeah, that's normal. That happens here. It's people fighting and they get right back to celebrating because it wasn't worth going to jail. I think that's where everyone's at. Like, why would you want to go to jail? I even saw a clip of a guy. He was a police officer. He was in a window, and there was a bunch of Knicks fans, and there was a dude that was like, I assume he shouldn't have been on top of the building or around the area of the building. And the cop was like, I don't know if I can arrest this many Knicks fans because they're all on top of the building. And he was like, thinking about his choices, like, I either do my job or I just let them have it. And I think he just let them have it, because why would you want to get in any trouble, sir? You don't want that. You don't want them problems. Leave them people alone. They're going to be rowdy as hell. Now, one thing I will say, y'all did go a little too far with destroying stuff. Like, you should be doing that whenever, not to be Debbie Downer, because I saw a couple videos of, our activists who want you to, be more into politics and whatnot. And they're like, well, you guys are doing that, but you're not going in the streets when they take away your voting rights, which is fair. But I think some people don't care about that stuff. And that's the difference. They care more about sports than politics. And that's why they wouldn't be doing that. But still, don't be messing up somebody's job. I saw that bus driver whose bus y'all was messing up, and I'm like, come on, bro. Chill out. Relax, bro. You're doing too much, man. That's ridiculous. That's coming out of his check. Don't take that man. that man gonna lose his job. Money coming out his check because the bus got damaged. It's not even his fault. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I get it. I get it on both ends of the spectrum. Yes, people should be pissed off when the government does something that violates your rights as an American citizen. And yes, you shouldn't be blowing up or breaking stuff. Shouldn't be terrorizing buildings and buses because their team won. I get it. But when people are passionate and people are excited, when something that rarely happens, you need to expect that folks are going to lose their mind. And all that talk about you should be mad about this and you should do it, that's going out the window, baby. They're doing it all. Everything's going to happen. You about to see things that you never see before. People that you would think don't like each other, hugging in the streets, all united because the team did something that you wouldn't have thought you would have saw in your lifetime. Again, 53 years. Last time they won was in the 70s. 53 years. Think about that. And by the way, property damage is still property damage, but I'm just saying it's to be expected in times like this. It's not right, but it happens. It happens. That's all I'm saying. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out about how I felt about the Knicks and what they did and how it inspired me to want to work hard, not give up, and to just keep your best foot forward in tough times. And I think that's all I got to say. Yeah, that's all I got. So y'all all take care. Y'all be good. Continue to support the show. Listen to the show. Check out the side quest episodes. There'll be sidebar episodes coming as well after, I wouldn't say after every episode. I'm going to post this, I think, on Saturday. I'll post it tomorrow. So you'll hear this on Saturday. And we got a side quest coming up. I'm excited about that. I'm doing an album review. That's right. We're going to do an album review. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's going to be a side quest. We're going to experiment with it. I'm going to see what I can do. If I can play bits from the album, I'm going to ask the artist if I can. But if I can't, it's fair because I'll be able to review it properly because I don't want to just give it a rush job. I want to listen to it a couple more times and gather my thoughts and then come on here and say what I need to say about the album and just leave it at that. So with that being said, thank you for listening to The Sidebar, presented by Simply Complicated Universe. This is the MCZX. Take care, be good, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love. And oh, happy Juneteenth, because I recorded this on Juneteenth. And the colors, y'all, it's not black, green, and red. It is red, white, and blue. It's red, blue, and white, really. But that's because Juneteenth's American history, man. Come on. Get it together. All right. I just wanted to say that. That's all. Anyway, take care. Be good. See y'all later. Give yourself a try. And till the next one. Bye-bye now.